Pumping that podcast wattage in your cottage, it's Think Digital. Get ready to take the red pill. Think different about scaling your business and free your mind. And now, coming to you live and direct from the Moon, Iowa, the greatest city in the universe. Here's your guide, Justin Wise.
There is no spoon.
Pumping that podcast wattage into your cottage. Ladies and germs, it's Think Digital. Justin Wise here with you. I am the captain on this good ship. Welcome aboard. Today's topic is how seven-figure businesses plan, create, and run paid traffic campaigns that work. A mouthful, but a good mouthful. Again, how seven-figure businesses plan, create, and run paid traffic campaigns that work. Show notes will be available to you, as always, good listener, at thinkdigital.co/podcast. That's thinkdigital.co/podcast. Now, the idea for this episode came from watching our agency clients. And, some are seven figures, some are not. And this is more about the habits they had coming into the business, coming into the agency. So if seven-figure businesses typically came in with a certain rhythm or a certain set of behaviors that we could very easily play off of. And we saw those most prevalent, not saying they weren't existent in all of our clients, but we saw them most often and we see them most often in our agency clients who pull seven figures or more per year. So I'm going to tell you about that here in a second, but let me tell you the broke way of doing paid traffic. So we're going to talk in a second of how the seven-figure plus businesses do paid traffic. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I see broke businesses doing when it comes to paid traffic. First thing I see is, and by the way, this is after, studying, analyzing, seeing the trends from over $2 million in ad spend. So we've got experience on this. But the broke way of doing paid traffic, first thing is, hey, broke businesses hold every dollar tightly gripped, okay, in their slightly damp hand, terrified of momentary dips in their numbers. What I mean by that is, let's say they have an off day, okay? Let's say the algorithm goes down a wormhole and they've got their lead costs skyrocket or their acquisition costs go up through the roof. They will freak the hell out and just start making rash, reactive decisions instead of sticking with the strategy. So let's say your lead costs go up by 150% in one day. Has that happened before? Sure. I've seen them go up 300, 400, 500%. But you don't make decisions based off the day-to-day. At least not if you're in this for the long term. If you're just trying to turn a quick buck and you're some drop shipper in your mom's basement, well, that's a different story. But real businesses, they don't make decisions off of momentary dips in their numbers. Second thing, a watched pot never boils. So broke businesses obsessively stare at their metrics on an hour-by-hour basis, which is a surefire way to generate low-level psychosis. That kind of goes along with number one, but really you don't need to be looking at your metrics every single hour. There are very few situations where you'll need to do that. And so, staring at them every single day, every single hour is not good for your mental health. Third, broke businesses day trade with their traffic strategy instead of planning for retirement. Kind of talked about this already, but hey, if you're making decisions to just try and turn a quick buck, then, it's no better than if you try and time the market. I don't care what anyone says. People may think they can time the market. There are very few people on this planet out of the 7 billion plus people on this planet who can time the market. It's a very small number. And you cannot day trade with paid traffic. I cannot day trade with paid traffic. If you use the term growth hacking at all, it is amateur hour. You are a broke business. If you say anything resembling the words, we'll test it out for a month or so, broke businesses say that. Commit. Paid traffic is like an engine for your business. So try driving a car with no engine. It doesn't work unless you're pushing the car. You need an engine, or you need a Tesla. But I suppose even Teslas sort of have engines. Anyways, broke businesses don't look at their metrics at all. So they make traffic decisions based off trends or hype or hysteria instead of what the data say. Broke businesses believe that good paid traffic can somehow fix a bad or unvalidated offer. Paid traffic makes an offer more of what it already is. It is not going to fundamentally change an offer. It will just simply reveal what an offer actually is. Broke businesses look to paid traffic as a Hail Mary. They're looking to paid traffic to save their business. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how many times we don't really work with these folks anymore, and there's a good reason for it. But people will come in saying, we've tried this, we've tried that. We've done direct mail, we've done, homing pigeons, we've done smoke signals, we've done billboards, we've done every type of promotional item or material that you can think of, and their business still isn't working. That's not a marketing issue. That's a business issue. It is not marketing. So looking to paid traffic as a Hail Mary is a sign of a broke business. Broke businesses, and this is a big one, broke businesses don't sync up paid traffic with other areas of their business, meaning persona research, copywriting, email marketing, list growth. All these areas of your business, they all sync up, and paid traffic can benefit all these different areas. So in other words, paid traffic can tell you more about your ideal persona. Paid traffic can tell you, what copy works and what doesn't. Paid traffic can build your email list. Paid traffic can also form a foundation for gobs of email content. But broke businesses don't see that. They just dump money into paid traffic, and those lessons learned die there. And so they move on to the next month, and they never fully integrate the lessons from paid traffic into the other areas of their business. And the biggest indicator of a broke business, not in terms of paid traffic, is they don't do paid traffic at all. So sitting on the sidelines, hoping, praying, wishing, well, we just got to get a few more dollars in the door, and then we can do it. No, just start. 7-figure plus businesses do not wait until the timing is perfect. And that's the list I want to get into today this morning with the rest of the time we have together. So, big picture, okay? Big picture. 7-figure businesses, the way they plan, create, and run paid traffic campaigns that work looks like this. They use paid traffic as a supplement, not a savior. They see paid traffic as a long-term investment, not a short-term patch. And they see paid traffic as a support and not a crutch. And so I'm going to go through each one of these and unpack. So pillar number 1, 7-figure businesses plan for paid traffic by seeing it as a supplement, not a savior. The goal here is to integrate your paid traffic with other marketing areas. Why is that? Well, because most, if not all, of the 7-figure businesses we work with have multiple marketing levers that they can pull at any given time. So they are not overly dependent on paid traffic. Another way of saying that is paid traffic. When I say paid traffic, hopefully by now you know what I mean by that. I mean certainly Facebook ads, but that can also include PPC, Google Display Network, YouTube ads, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all types of advertising that you pay for to drive traffic. That's what I'm talking about here. So if you're not into Facebook ads, cool. You may be into PPC. The same thing still applies. Paid traffic is a way, not the way. So what does that look like? Well, it means having a consistent email marketing strategy for both broadcast and nurture, meaning you have a day-to-day strategy for your email and you have an automatic strategy for nurturing people via email. You are producing organic content consistently. That means things like this podcast, blog posts, Facebook Live, Facebook posts, Instagram images, tweets, YouTube videos, whatever. Getting in the rhythm of creating content. And there's no other way to do this than to do it. There's no other way to do it than to do it. Quotable quotes for 800 Alex. Okay? And you don't have to be like freaking Jules Verne. I don't know why that was the first author that came to my mind. You don't have to be Jules Verne. Meaning you don't have to be this witty, fantastic, dripping with prose type author. You just got to go out and create. If you don't like to write, don't write. Record a podcast. Fire up your freaking webcam and do a Facebook Live. Create content. 7-figure businesses create content. 7-figure businesses that we work with create consistent email marketing. 7-figure businesses that we work with engage their audiences. So simply put, it means when people talk to you, you talk back. You're constantly in the communication habit with your audiences. And it doesn't mean you have to respond to every Facebook post. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is that the conversation you have with your audience is two-way. The best business people do this. And they respond to their audience. Okay? They actually take the time to listen and integrate what they're hearing from their audience into their business. And so practically speaking, this can include responding to people's tweets. It can include surveying your email list and asking them what they want from you, what's working, what's not. It can mean, small things like responding to your DMs. Gary Vee talks a lot about this, and it's absolutely true. And this is what I promise you, if you think you don't have time to do audience engagement, I promise you that you do. You've got it. And you just have to build it in, build that rhythm in, flex that muscle. So another way of saying that is the 7-figure businesses that we work who do paid traffic effectively see it as a supplement, not a savior. It supplements email, it supplements organic, it supplements audience engagement. It does not save their business. Word.
You're listening to Think Digital with Justin Wise. The next step down the rabbit hole is to sign up for the No Spoon newsletter, a free weekly email designed to increase your productivity, grow your influence, and free your mind. Take the red pill and head on over to thereisnospoon.co to sign up.
Okay, second pillar, second thing we see, second theme, second whatever that we see 7-figure businesses doing that we work with. They see paid traffic as a long-term investment, not a short-term patch. So when we start working with people, we show them the emoji scale of pain. And it basically says, hey, when you come into this, you're going to feel awesome and you're going to feel like, you're flying high, and then the real work's going to begin and you'll think this is overwhelming. How am I going to do this? But then you're going to shoot out of that like a rocket, and you're going to start feeling a lot better about this when the leads start coming in and when the leads, revenue, conversions, whatever, start coming in. But there is a dip, and we tell people that in onboarding. There is a dip. And it is here where the phonies bow out. Now, again, we don't get a ton of this anymore, but in our past we have. And what I've learned is that emoji scale of pain. Just imagine you see a stock ticker or stock prices. You see starting price and then a dip, and then it shoots out of the dip and skyrockets into growth. The losers bow out at the bottom. Same thing with the stock market. Okay, the losers buy high, sell low. The winners buy low, sell high. And 7-figure businesses and beyond know, hey, we're going to make some investments. That investment's going to take work, and then the investment's going to start paying off. So paid traffic works no different than the stock market does. The hose bags, the people who get screwed in the stock market, do it to themselves. And so we've had in our past people who bow out at the bottom, very bottom of the dip. And it is heartbreaking. This, by the way, is why we became a lot more selective in who we started working with and who we started saying yes to. Because it's just too painful. It's too painful to watch a business owner freak themselves out and bail on a process that we know will produce long-term results for them. And so we've just really intensified our screening process because we can't take that heartbreak. Like, if I'm just being completely candid and honest with you, it is heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching to watch a business owner do that to themselves. Very much like if you were a stockbroker and you just knew stocks really well and you saw someone who was about to sell at the very worst possible time and there's nothing you can do to convince them otherwise. That is painful. But the good news is 7-figure businesses know that this is going to happen. They know that paid traffic is an investment. They know it's not going to work like it will in 3 months on the first day campaigns launch. They know that it takes time. They're not looking to paid traffic as a short-term patch. Remember the first pillar, the first point. And so they have other ways to acquire customers. They have other ways to market. And so they're not putting all their eggs in the paid traffic basket. Is it an important basket? Yeah, absolutely. But it can't be and shouldn't be your only basket. I could say a lot more about this, but I'm not gonna. I need to keep moving here. The third thing that we see, the third pillar that we see seven-figure businesses running on or being supported by when they plan, create, and run paid traffic campaigns that work is they use it as a support, not a crutch. Now, this is different than what we've already been talking about. Here's what I mean. Michael Hyatt says, good marketing makes a bad product fail faster. And I've amended this to read, good paid traffic makes a bad business fail faster. We've seen this in the past where, like, we know our process, we know it works, it's systematic, it is step-by-step, it is lethal, it's proven at this point. I have zero questions about whether or not our process will work. It may gel a little bit later for some clients, but I know that it works. And when it works, and we've had this before, where it works, we're nailing our objectives. But for whatever reason, it's almost like counterproductive for the business that we're working with because their business isn't sound. So you layer on good paid traffic to an unsound business, and it puts too much stress on the foundation of the business, and the business cracks, and the business folds, and the business can't handle it, basically. And so what we see with our seven-figure clients is that foundation is solid. That foundation is solid. The business is solid. And what I mean by that is, yeah, they've got their marketing down and they just simply want to add some more eyeballs to their offer. But more importantly, they have their operations down. They have their fulfillment down. They have their sales down. They are profitable. They are sustainable, just like a real business. And so they can layer on marketing and add more juice, add more gas to the fire because they've taken care of the foundation. And so this is what pisses me off about these Johnny-come-latelys, these drop shippers. I don't know if you've noticed on this podcast or not. And there are reputable drop shippers out there. I'm not saying the industry as a whole is bad, but I am saying that there's a lot of people who are flooding drop shipping. And basically, if you don't know what drop shipping is, let me give it to you in a nutshell. People go and buy shitty products on sites like Alibaba, and then they sell them. And they don't ever actually have the product or inspect the product or make the product. They're just looking for a way to turn a quick buck. Those are not real businesses. Sorry, if that's you, don't care. It's not a real business. Because the only person that you're looking to enrich is yourself. Real businesses look to enrich certainly the owner. I am a red-blooded capitalist, okay? But a good business seeks to enrich others, seeks to enrich your employees, seeks to enrich your clients or your customers. Do you get to benefit from that? Yeah, absolutely. And I want to benefit greatly from my business. But my business can't exist solely to benefit me. And the businesses that we work with who are seven figures and beyond, who know how to plan, create, and run paid traffic, they exist to help others. And a byproduct of that is that their foundation is set. So that they got their operations down. And you can do all this, by the way. You don't need a huge team. You don't need a team at all. You just need to have your poop in a group. So if your business, think of this as like a broken pot analogy. If your business is the pot and paid traffic is the water, what's going to happen when you pour water into a bucket with holes in it? Sure, the bucket might fill up temporarily, but if those holes don't get addressed, you're just going to be using paid traffic as a crutch instead of a support. Paid traffic is a fantastic support. It is a miserable crutch because when you take the paid traffic away, or you have a down month on your paid traffic, which happens all the time, you don't have a way to keep that business going because you don't actually have a business. Sorry, not sorry. 7-figure businesses are obsessed with learning the strategies of paid traffic, okay? And aligning the tactics with their strategy. Carousel ads, messenger ads, algorithms, manual bidding, auto bidding, ad placement, all that stuff is tactics. 7-figure businesses look to support their business strategy with paid traffic, not use it as, you guessed it, a crutch. All right. First pillar, 7-figure businesses see paid traffic as a supplement, not a savior. Second pillar, they see it as a long-term investment, not a short-term patch. Third pillar, they see it as a support and not a crutch. I'm going to wrap it up for this episode, folks. Tell me one thing that you learned today. One thing you're going to do different. Hit me up on Facebook. Some of you are doing that now. I love hearing from you. Thank you. Facebook.com/Justin Wise. Let me know. In the meantime, I want you to sign up for a gift. I got a gift for you. What it is right now, don't know. It rotates. Haha. How's that for transparency? But you can grab that gift. thinkdigital.co/gift. thinkdigital.co/GIFT. We will be back with another new episode of Think Digital. In the meantime, have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you online. Bye-bye, everybody.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.